Hola, amigos. Hello, friends. Today we're going to be learning about Las Posadas, which is Christmas, the holiday for Christmas in Mexico. And it's really important that we learn things about Mexico because there are lots of people from Mexico that live in the United States of America, and we want to celebrate their cultures. So they celebrate Las Posadas in Mexico. So let's start out by looking at where is Mexico? What is Mexico? Well, Mexico is the country just below the United States of America where we live. So we live about right here in the United States of America in Kentucky, and just below our country is Mexico. And in Mexico, they call Mexico Mexico, and they call the United States of America Estados Unidos. So they speak Spanish in Mexico. Right here, this is the Mexican flag. It looks different than our flag. When we see a flag, it's the United States of America's flag, but this is the Mexican flag. So we're going to talk about how they celebrate Christmas in Mexico. Okay, so their Christmas is based on a different story than ours. In our Christmas, a lot of times in our Christmas, we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, the birth. But in Mexico, they celebrate the journey that Jesus's mom and dad took to get to Bethlehem, which is the city where he was born. So Jesus's mom Mary and his dad Joseph traveled for 9 nights to get to Bethlehem. So in Las Posadas, they celebrate for 9 nights before Christmas Day. So it starts 9 nights before Christmas. They celebrate every night for 9 nights in a row, which is very, very cool. The way that they celebrate is they have these big concessions or like a parade. So what happens is all the little boys and girls dress up like angels or like cows or like Mary or Joseph from the story of Mary and Joseph coming to Bethlehem. They dress up like this and they light the candle looking things. They're called farolito. Farolitos they're these little candle things, and the people walk through the streets of their town. So it would be like if you dressed up as an angel with a candle and you started walking around your streets, you would go to each house and you would say, "Could you give us shelter? Could you give us shelter? Could we come in?" And then everybody's going to tell you no. So they walk around to all these houses and they say, "No, you can't come in here," because that's what happened to Mary and Joseph whenever they were trying to get to Bethlehem. They kept trying to house, but everyone said no, they couldn't come in. So, but finally, one person will say, "Yes, you can come in," the last person. And so you'll go into their house and celebrate with them. So these every night in Las Posadas, these people will go and walk house to house to celebrate the journey that Mary and Joseph took. So remember, they dress up like angels or Mary and Joseph or cows, for example, and they carry around these candles. They also sing songs while they walk. That would be similar to our Christmas caroling. If you've ever been Christmas caroling, you go and knock on someone's door and sing them a Christmas song. This is kind of what they do when they celebrate Las Posadas. Okay, after they do this where they walk around town, they go to Misa de Gallo, which is a midnight mass, which is just another way of saying they go to church at midnight. So very, very late at night, they go to their church and they have a church service. And we're going to talk about these flowers right here called poinsettias. They're very, very important to Las Posadas because it is said, there is a story that one day a boy and a girl were going to Misa de Gallo. They were going to the midnight church service and they didn't have a gift for Jesus. They had no gift because they had no money. And so they picked up some weeds, just some sticks and dead grass out of the off of the side of the street, and they took it into the church. And when they got it into the church, it grew into a beautiful red poinsettia. So all these poinsettias are celebrated during Posadas as like that's like their Christmas flower, and they're very, very beautiful. And we actually sell them at Walmart, and lots of times people here will decorate their houses with poinsettias. You can buy them at a lot of places, but you guys might have seen them in Walmart or Lowe's. My husband, Mr. Josh, works at Lowe's, and he sells a lot of poinsettias. So they're very, very pretty, and they're big, and they're red, and they're very important to Mexican culture at Christmas time. So after the midnight church service, all these people go to a family dinner, a big family dinner, and that's called cena. So they might have all kinds of food at their family dinner, and that's what we normally do for Christmas. We get together with our family and we have family dinner. But they have different kinds of foods than us, and one that's really popular is called tamales. Tamales are like this chicken type thing, and they wrap it up in corn, and they're very delicious actually. And they have trees like we do, like Christmas trees, but they're called arbos. And they're not called Christmas trees, they're called arbos. And after they eat dinner, they always have a piñata at their cena, which is dinner, and the kids go outside in the yard and they get to hit the piñata. Each kid has to be blindfolded, so they have to put something over their eyes. They get to hit it 3 times, and then it's the next kid's turn. But after it breaks, it has candy and toys and sometimes even money in it. And the kids get all the stuff that they can get. So that's how they get their presents at Las Posadas. So that is how the Mexican culture celebrates Christmas. And a lot of people in America celebrate this way now because we have so many people that have come here from Mexico, which is wonderful. So I hope that you guys found this interesting. I think it would be very cool to have a piñata on our Christmas too. That would be something I would want to try out, especially if it had money in it. That would be cool. So now we're going to listen to a very, very popular song called Feliz Navidad. And that means Merry Christmas in Spanish. Wait 1 second for this to get loaded. Did you find that out? Okay. Feliz Navidad. 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 I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
Feliz
Feliz
Navidad.
Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart.
All right. Thank you so much for learning about Las Posadas with me, and I can't wait to keep learning this week with you guys.